Good morning, Weber's class.
Good morning.
Today we are working on perimeter and area of complex shapes. Can you find the perimeter and area of complex shapes?
Yes.
So complex shapes are a complex figure. Shape and figure mean the same thing right now. A complex figure is a shape made up of two or more basic shapes, right? And what are our basic shapes?
Squares, rectangles, triangles, parallelogram.
So would this be an example of a couple of basic shapes?
Yes.
And if we put them together, what would we have?
Complex shape.
And then our complex shapes could be broken back into basic shapes by showing the basic shapes with an X, right?
Yes.
Okay. Area would be the space inside. Perimeter would be the distance on the
Outside.
area inside, perimeter outside, right?
Yes.
Cool. Formula to calculate the area for a rectangle, square, and parallelogram is the area formula for a triangle is
Base on side divided by 2.
and the perimeter for any polygon would be
Add up all the sides.
love it. Okay. All right, chunking. So we're going to talk about chunking first, and we're going to talk about perimeter. So when we're chunking, we're talking about complex shapes, right? So chunking, complex, yes? But to chunk means to take a complex shape and make it into a probably more than one, right? So my complex shape right here, I'm going to trace it. Can you guys see what I'm tracing? My complex shape is definitely a complex shape. It is not basic. But I could actually draw a line right down here and put an X there and an X there. And do I have two basic shapes now? Looks like I have two rectangles, right? So all I would need to do then is I would need to find the area of that rectangle. Yes? And I would need to find the area of that rectangle, right? And add them together to get my total area, which I did down here, yes? Do we need to be careful with what dimensions we're using? Because this rectangle right here, the one that I'm coloring in again, is the base of it 8 or is the base of it 2? You guys see what I did there? The base is actually 2. It's not 8. What about the base of this one right here? Is it 8 or is the base 6? So you got to be careful, yes? And then perimeter, remember for perimeter we add up all the sides, yes? Okay, so guys, just for fun, girls, just for fun, let's count. How many sides do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6.
Do you remember when we did this one though? You guys only found, or a lot of you only found 5 sides, right? Because remember this 3 that is now there, it wasn't there in the first place, was it? You had to figure out what it was. So a lot of you forgot to count up how many sides we needed to add together. Yes, no? So make sure you do that. And then sometimes you're going to have some missing sides that you need to calculate. Okay, another example. Basic shape, right? Eyes are on here. Eyes are in here. Okay, another example. Ooh, this one. Basic shape, right? You guys know what these guys are, these markers? And you guys know what these now mean with these like number line thingies? They look like number lines, but they're not. Okay. And then this guy. We had a really like a blobbish type shape. Yes? And for that one, we did 3 steps. Step 1 was...
All the full shapes.
Say that again.
Count all the full shapes.
Step 2 was...
Combine partial squares into squares.
So we got 18 full squares, 10 partial squares that were made into full squares, right? And then we take the full squares and the partial full squares, add them together, and that gives us our total area. Yes, no?
Yes.
We good?